Hey there, this is the One Boom, and today's sponsor shouldn't surprise you guys. I've been working with them for years. It's Into the AM, makers of quality, fitted, breathable, graphic, and simple tees that I have a promo code for, which I will share at the end of this tiny promotional video. Their shirts are fitted and comfortable and breathable. They're wonderful shirts. Winter, summer, fall, spring, doesn't matter. I sleep in these, I've worked out in these, I go to work in these, and pretty much every time somebody asks me to unzip my vest and show them what graphic I have on because they're unique, they're eye-catching, they're cool as hell. I'm thirsty. Into the AM has a wide selection of shirts to choose from, so I recommend you go down into the link in the description at the end of this video and take a look for yourself. And if you find something you like, please use code ONEBOOM for 10% off. That's code ONEBOOM for 10% off. I'm talking with my hands a lot. Maybe I should just, hold the shirt. I also want to take a moment to say thank you to Into the AM for supporting my channel and being with me as long as you have been. I haven't been uploading as frequently. I've been moving. I got a new job, and they have stuck with me. They still reach out to me. They still respond to my emails. It is a wonderful company to be working with, and I look wonderful working with them. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this little promotional video. Please use the link in the description after the video. Use code ONEBOOM at checkout for 10% off. And now I'm gonna talk about Call of Duty, most likely. Alright, so Black Ops 6 footage leaked. That was weird. I'm pretty sure we have all seen hours of footage of this game by now. Weapon inspects, omni movement, gunplay, time to kill, create a class, gunsmith. We've seen it pretty much all. And while I have a lot of nice things to say about the gameplay we saw, because I can't show it to you guys, I don't really want to just reiterate the things that I have to go tell you to watch anyway. Like, what kind of content creator would I be if I was like, hey, here's all the stuff in the footage that I can't show you because I'll get copyright striked for it, so go watch it yourself, and then while you're sitting there and watching it, you'll be like, oh, why did I listen to Boom talk about something that I myself have the eyes to witness? Anywho, let me just say that I don't trust Treyarch with streaks in Call of Duty. Just gonna go right into the topic here. I don't trust Treyarch with streaks. The reason I don't trust Treyarch with streaks is that they have been fucking with them since 2012. Now, that doesn't mean every decision they have ever made with the streaks are bad, but they can't sit still with the concept of player reward. I feel like Infinity Ward was onto something when they had support, assault, and specialist streak packages and used point streaks instead of kill streaks back in the day, but Treyarch of course famously replaced kill streaks with score streaks. Score streaks requiring less gun skill and more objective play time on top of gun skill. They wanted players to be rewarded for playing the objective, so hopping on the hard point, grabbing a bunch of tags, or taking the B flag would allow them to get to their next streak. Not a bad idea. I love score streaks. I think it was a good balance of allowing people to be rewarded for non-killing gameplay, but, without taking all the skill out of it, because playing the objective is an important part of objective game modes. Being rewarded for calling in a UAV and a CUAV and capping a flag is a good thing. I am not making fun of that. But in Treyarch's very next entry, we of course had specialist abilities. A sort of type of streak thing that is slowly charging throughout the match that you can increase the charge rate of by getting score. And these ranged from speed boosts, wall hacks, to straight up just explosive spikes you shove into the ground to kill everybody in the room around you without any real counter. Stuff like the Ripper and the Scythe and the Purifier were deadly weapons in Black Ops 3, and they were tied to a type of streak reward system. Then in Black Ops 4, they brought it back, but even stronger. So many super strong specialist weapons and abilities in Black Ops 4 that were even harder to avoid due to the lack of advanced movement. That, and among a lot of other things in Black Ops 4, was a way for lesser skilled players to get kill feeds. Same thing with Black Ops 3 specialist weapons.
Every shot counts.
Like, yeah, maybe you're not good enough to get a quad through the sniper rifle, and that's gonna be for the montagers on YouTube, right? But little Timmy could probably get a quad feed with a gravity spike or a purifier, or the hand cannon, the Annihilator. But Call of Duty's gunplay is so simple and clean that they don't really need to be, putting a bunch of weird gimmicky shit in the game that allows players to get quad feeds in. Having Call of Duty's intuitive movement, gunplay, and equipment play mixed in with big Overwatch level supers that allow you to kill an entire room is just silly, and I'm glad we're not going back to that. But Cold War comes out and introduces a non-resetting streak system that goes off of a score multiplier And in that streak system, they put the specialist weapons back in the form of these non-resetting multiplier-induced streaks, which are like hand cannons, combat bows, death machine, war machine, flamethrower. These are the purifier, the scythe. These are the things from the specialist category. They weren't references to Black Ops 1's kill streaks. They don't even work that way because after you die, you don't lose them. This was Treyarch sneaking back in a specialist system so that worse players could get feeds more easily. You could probably eventually get your hand cannon once or twice a game if you are an average or below average player. And because of the way the score streak system in Cold War worked, around the 6-minute mark of every match, everybody that normally wouldn't have had a streak at all because they've been dying, eventually had their streak charged up by like this, again, the 6-minute mark in a domination game, and they would start calling in the death machines and the hand cannons and the combat bows and things of that sort to insta-kill you. In a game with a longer TTK, it was even more frustrating than it would have been in Black Ops 3 when everybody was killing very fast and had advanced movement. You see what I'm saying? Now it's revealed that Black Ops 6 will not have looping kill streaks, meaning you have to die to reset your streak, and while this could change before launch, it's just indicative of what we know from Treyarch. Treyarch does not believe in the average player. This is why Treyarch snuck in a specialist system to Black Ops Cold War. This is why Treyarch had stuff like body armor in Black Ops 4 and just obscenely strong specialist abilities in Black Ops 4 in general. This is why they implemented specialists in Black Ops 3, in my opinion, and this is also why they implemented score streaks in Black Ops 2. I don't think score streaks are a bad thing, I'm just saying it's indicative of their design philosophy. You can tell that they don't really have a lot of faith in the average player. You might make fun of Infinity Ward for talking about the Sentry playstyle where players can play very conservatively, lock down locations, and essentially camp. That is a playstyle where you take a location of the map and hold it down, something very common in every FPS game, especially if there's an objective in the mix. It's actually okay to play a little defensively. It even makes sense to camp. I don't know why we make fun of Infinity Ward for just saying some players are going to do that and we want to give them, reasonable means to do that, even if some of the means weren't so reasonable. Either way, their design philosophy being made fun of, while Treyarch over here doesn't say, hey, your playstyle matters. It goes, here is a gimme toy. And now, with Black Ops 6, I can't loop my streaks. So this is another thing they do. They de-incentivize players from being good, because with Cold War, once you called in your streak, let's say you got a chopper gunner, you call it in, then it's on cooldown and you can't earn score towards it anymore? That was terrible. They basically said, oh yeah, you might be good enough to get 2 chopper gunners really fast, but we don't want the enemy team to have to put up with that, so no thanks. Giving everybody their 40 seconds of fame in a Call of Duty match is a bad idea. Between engagement-based matchmaking and stuff like specialists, things like the armor plate from Black Ops 4, which I will never stop making fun of, and then just de-incentivizing streak play, it's just bad for higher skill players that want to do some real damage. For instance, in a Call of Duty game with engagement-based matchmaking, the looping stacking streaks that Modern Warfare 3 had, it was a phenomenal idea. Because going on streaks in Call of Duty is hard. A lot of your lobbies are very 1 KD. And because of that, going on a streak doesn't feel very useful, especially when the streaks aren't very good. But if they stack into each other, it immediately creates a chain of dopaminergic reactions where I want to keep playing. Like I said in a recent video, Modern Warfare 3 recently removed the stacking streaks, but at least kept the looping ones. So I don't have to die to get 2 UAVs. That's good. I'm glad that the game trusts me as a player to get 3 kill streaks, call them in, and then get 3 more without dying. Thank you for valuing my abilities there. But Call of Duty in general doesn't. This topic is very important to me. I didn't just make this video to sell t-shirts, right? No comment. I felt like as I got better at Call of Duty over the last 10 years, streaks and streak play and going on streaks and getting better felt further and further de-incentivized by stuff like specialists and just the general layout of the games, like calling in a VTOL in Modern Warfare 2019 and watching it get shot down by an SMG with FMJ in 4 seconds was so demoralizing I didn't want to do it. And it feels that way again going into Black Ops 6. They're already talking about how our streaks won't loop. Why not? Why can't I just keep raining down streaks if I'm not dying? If I'm not being killed in your game, why aren't you rewarding me for that? Why are you scared to reward players? Modern Warfare 3 had stacking streaks, and yet no streak spam in my lobbies because Everybody's dying constantly. But at least if I go on a streak, it really fucking matters, and I can chain death upon people. It resets when I die, so just kill me, fucker. Stop de-incentivizing me from staying alive longer and playing harder. And before you say resetting streaks or non-looping streaks discourages camping, tough it up, Buttercup. I'm sorry. If I camp and just keep getting streaks by sitting in the same corner, same building, same area of the map, that is such a you problem. I miss when streaks were important and big and bombastic. You know, at least Modern Warfare 2019 had kill chain. Anyway, I'm done ranting. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have nothing else to say on the matter. I don't like streaks being de-incentivized because that de-incentivizes me from doing the thing that Call of Duty is based around: getting kills, staying alive, and raining down hell. Make sure you check out that link in the description and find yourself a t-shirt. Use code 1boom for 10% off, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.